Well, howdy, folks. As you just seen there, I'm at the nearby AMC. Gonna go in and participate in another TCM anniversary screening of It's a Wonderful Life. So we're going to talk about that one today in terms of the Christmas movies. And so just one last thing to get out before Christmas and before this storm that we're supposed to get hits. It's supposed to be hitting around sometime around tonight, tomorrow. So we're going to go in here and see a movie that was a box office flop at the time because of a blizzard. So isn't that a little ironic? We'll talk about that later. So let's go in and check the movie out. So, It's a Wonderful Life from 1947. Yeah, that's the film that TCM was honoring tonight. I believe it's the 75th. Yeah, the 75th anniversary of the film. That's why it was shown. And plus, it's Christmas time, and so what better than a traditional Christmas movie to be seen in the movie theaters? The movie stars, so we got Jimmy Stewart, playing George Bailey. George Bailey is this bright young fellow who, from a young age, we can see how influential that George is to his friends and to his family, that he is going to eventually grow up and go out and conquer the world. He's going to be this explorer. He's going to go to college. He's going to build things. He's going to be this great, great man. But life doesn't always pan out that way. As a matter of fact, George's life ends up very, very different than what he had planned. He doesn't go off. Instead he stays home in the little town of Bedford Falls and runs his father's business when he passed away. As a matter of fact, his college money ends up going to send his brother off to college, who then becomes a war hero and saves several men in battle. But George Bailey ends up staying home and not becoming this great explorer, not becoming rich and famous, not building things, except continuing to run his father's business. It's a loan finance company that his father was running. So basically, like whatever the bank wouldn't approve, if you needed a loan and the bank wouldn't approve you, chances are the Bailey and Company loan company could get you financing. But other turns of events happen in George Bailey's life. He, of course, meets his wife, played by Donna Reed, and he starts having children. And then, of course, you have the old man Potter, played by Lionel Barrymore. And when his uncle, his kind of absent-minded uncle, loses $8,000 of the company's money, things take a really bad turn. And so bad that George Bailey makes a wish with his guardian angel that he wishes that he had never been born. And he sees what his life would be like had he not been born, because his brother Harry would have drowned. He wouldn't have become a war hero because George wasn't there to save Harry. It's amazing to know how much one person's life touches others. This movie is a classic movie. It's shown every year on television. I myself feel like I could relate to George Bailey in some respects. That, because I had plans to go conquer the world myself, and I end up staying home. And even seeing it in the movie theater each time kind of brings tears to my eyes, because I kind of see myself as George Bailey a little bit. But in some respects, I feel like I'm just as good as George Bailey. And in some respects, George Bailey is better than me. I mean, he has a wife, he has children. I don't have that. Now, I'm not saying this for anybody to feel sorry for me, but I'm just saying that I could relate. And there's times, I'll admit, I get so depressed, like in the film, where I get that way. And yeah, it's a very relatable film for me, and every time it does bring tears to my eyes a little bit, because like George Bailey, I also have a wonderful life. We all have a wonderful life. It's amazing how timeless this film really is, because when it came out, believe it or not, it was not a commercial success or a financial success of a film. It was, matter of fact, it was a box office bomb. Part of it was because, and they say this on the Blu-ray, they didn't say this in any of the other commentary, but there was a massive blizzard that took place, or a big snowstorm that took place in the United States at the time, and so that was out on the East Coast when this happened, and it shut down some vital film markets during that time, because it did come out around Christmas time. It was meant to come out as a Christmas movie. Matter of fact, the backstory of the story is that it was a Christmas card that was given out to about 200 people, and it finally made its way to the director of Frank Capra. He loved it so much that he bought the rights to make a film out of it. But again, it was also, and not just because of a blizzard, but there was other key factors that the film wasn't very successful at the time. But however, because of a little thing called television, which came about in the 1950s, It's a Wonderful Life had a bizarre history with television. Somehow the rights to the film fell into public domain, which happens sometimes with films. It fell into public domain, and so television networks realized, hey, this film's in public domain. We could show this movie on television and not have to pay a dime for it. So, and about every year since, it shows up on, I think NBC is the one that airs it every year. But it's a classic film. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it is a timeless movie, and it's perfect the way it was made. Maybe it was a little ahead at the time in 1946, 47, but over time it improves with age. I mean, you forget the fact that a lot of people forget the fact that it's old cars, black and white, 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in the theater it was pillar boxed, and so you only saw black bars on the side because it could not fill the screen. It was not filmed in a widescreen process. But it's a timeless film. It's still relatable today. And it's a beautiful story. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, It's a Wonderful Life. It's a wonderful movie. I love the film, and hopefully you do too. It's a fantastic movie. Jimmy Stewart it's probably one of his most trademark roles. He'll always be known as George Bailey. And that's about all I got to say about it, really. It's just not much. Unfortunately, with this Blu-ray release, I know there's a 4K version that just came out not too long ago. However, stick with the black and white. Don't watch the crummy colorization version. It was not filmed in color, nor should it be seen in color of any sort. Black and white. So that's about all I've got to say about it. Do check it out. I don't know if it's going to turn up on television. Hopefully it does. I haven't checked any local schedules, but hopefully you can find this real quick and put this in and watch it for Christmas time. It's a great movie. So, It's a Wonderful Life from 1947. So from me to you, see you later.